Alrighty, what's going on YouTube? Today, I'm going to be taking you guys through a full upper body day, and yeah, I guess this is the intro for it. We're going to do chest, we're going to do back, we're going to do shoulders, we're going to train arms, and we're going to hit everything with twice weekly frequency. So this is going to be the workout from sometime last week, but this is the intro, and yeah, I don't really have anything to yap about right now. It's my first time coming back. It's been over like 6 months since I posted on here. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into the workout, starting off with some foam rolling to warm up, and then we're gonna get right into the lift. Let's go.
You guys have been asking me how to use a foam roller. So if you don't already have a foam roller, you can get one of these for like 20 bucks on Amazon. Go to Target or something, they got them. I like using the smaller ones. They do come in longer sizes too. And you want to get one that's like made of like a nice hard foam. So that way it's really going to help massage and loosen up those tight areas on your body that you have, right? So the point of this is to kind of decrease tension throughout your body. So I'm going to go over a couple ways that you can do this. So the first thing is you're gonna roll on it, obviously, right? Now, when we're rolling on this, the most important part is that we're nice and slow with this, right? The idea is that we're going slow. So for this example, I'm gonna show you how to do your lower back. You're gonna start sitting on the ground like this, and then you're just gonna lean back onto the roller here, and then you're just going to let the roller kind of support your body as you go back and forth on it, right? This is gonna help loosen up your lower back, reduce a lot of that tightness in your lumbar and your spinal erectors. You can also move up into your mid back, and then you're gonna wanna reach your arms up, and this is gonna help stretch your lats, but it's also going to help get into your traps and rhomboids. If you want to really get into the traps and rhomboids, you can put your hands in front of you like this, and this will really get into those traps. And notice how I'm balancing with my feet as well. I'm using my feet to kind of balance myself and support myself. And I'm not going super fast either. I'm going nice and slow, kind of like a deep tissue massage almost. So that's how you do the back. You just roll on it like that. Pretty simple. Now, if you wanted to do something like the glutes, right? Let me get a different camera angle for this. Hold on. Now, for something like the glutes, you're going to place it on the ground and you're going to sit on it, right? From here, you're going to isolate one glute at a time. You're just going to roll over it, right? You're going to use this leg to support yourself, and you're going to use this arm to support yourself. And you're just going to kind of roll onto the side of the glute there, nice and slow, all the way up to the top of the glute, all the way to the bottom of the glute. A lot of people neglect their glute recovery, right? A lot of people don't realize how tight their glutes are. And if you're having lower back pain, some of it might be coming from tight glutes. So always foam roll your glutes after like a good leg day, or before a good leg day too, even helps reduce some of that lower back pain. From here, also you're going to do the other side, right? Just switch legs. So you're balancing with the opposite leg and the opposite arm here. And you're just kind of rolling back and forth on that roller nice and slow. You're not going super fast on it, right? That's not going to help relax the tissue. You want to be nice and relaxed. Really let that foam roller push into the soft tissue that we're trying to roll over, okay? That's the idea here. So a couple reps over that tight muscle. My cheek on this side is really tight, so I'm just going to go nice and slow back and forth, really applying that pressure to the muscle I'm trying to hit. You can also do your hamstrings, right? Hamstrings are going to look like this, rolling back and forth on those hamstrings, balancing with one leg, stabilizing with the other arm, right? Going up and down on that roller there. You can also do your quads with this. Quads are going to be really important if you're having any knee pain. If your knees are bothering you, you're going to want to do the quads. So what this is going to look like is you're going to roll this down to the top of your knee, and then from there, you're just going to bend this knee here and support with this arm, right? So I'm just bending down, and I'm coming up, and you're going to be rolling over your quads here. Nice and slow, really focusing on your breathing. You can internal and externally rotate your hip as well to hit different parts of the quad. If you want to bias your more rectus femoris, go a little bit higher towards the hip flexor. If you want to get more of your vastus lateralis, go to the outside. If you want to get your medialis, go to the inside, right? And that's going to help hit all four heads of the quad there. Really going nice and slow. Now, a great question is, when is the best time to do foam rolling, right? There are two really good answers to this, right? The first being on a rest day. If you're resting and you have nothing to do, but you still want to go to the gym, well, you can do this at home too, right? Foam rolling is going to be really good, especially if you're, over fatigued or overtraining. Always do foam rolling. This is going to really help with that recovery. Now, another good time to do this is before a lift. If your knees and joints are really feeling cranky, either before or after a lift is both as good, right? And then on rest days, that's when you can do this as well. So trying to think of what else. So I showed you how to do your quads, how to do your hamstrings. You can do the adductors very similar to the quads. Just make sure you actually rotate those hips, right? So that would look like this. If I was trying to get my adductors, I would just go rotate my hip like that and go down like so. That's gonna hit my adductors. You can do the same thing for your IT band and the outside of the glutes as well. You can just slide down the side of the leg. Mine are really tight. I need to do this for real after this. You want to roll a single muscle for only a couple minutes, right? You're not going to want to sit there for more than like 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, because otherwise the muscle's going to get too much blood flow to the area and cause some inflammation, right? You don't want to just sit there and just hammer it, hammer it, hammer it. You want to give it time to rest, move on to another muscle after 3 to 5 minutes, and then continue your routine. So that's how you're going to do the lower body. So you're going to do your lower back.
All right, so it's time for the voiceover. Now, I don't have any music to put over this because I don't have any way to do that. So you're just going to listen to me talk. First, I did some lat pull downs. Now, when you're doing lat pull downs, make sure that you're going with a nice wide grip. And what am I even saying here? 2 sets, 6 to 8 reps is what I did right here. Next, we moved on to some pec flies. I had a gym bro hold in some extra weight since I maxed out the pec fly machine at the gym, making sure to put a little pad under my feet so I have elevation and have more stability, and really pushing with maximum effort when I was doing my pec flies. So because we're doing full upper today, it's really important that you're hitting every muscle group at least twice a week. So this is going to be my chest movement since I'm doing a fly movement. Shoulder adduction is going to be hitting all three heads of the chest, allowing me to get maximum growth while minimizing fatigue. So that's the idea here. Pushing all the way to failure, getting close to that involuntary slowing of the contraction so we can get maximal motor unit recruitment, and motor unit recruitment allows us to get more mechanical tension when we're getting to that involuntary slowing. There it is. Look at that. Boom. Over here, you got to put on your straps so you can do some wide grip rows. They're going to target more of the traps and rhomboids as well as hitting those rear delts, trying to flare those elbows out to the side. Now, because you see the machine is pulling down as I'm coming back, it forces my elbows to kind of tuck in a little bit. This is not as optimal as opposed to just having a strict wide grip or a strict flare of the elbows. But this is okay. This is what I have to work with right here. Getting a little bit more lat engagement than I would like, but I'm still getting scapular retraction with a chest support. So I'm still getting optimal growth for the traps and rhomboids. All right, also some rear delts here. Moving on. Some shoulder press over here. We got some seated shoulder press, making sure that we're only doing the top end range of motion, not breaking 90 degrees, because anything below that is going to be hitting a lot more side delts than it is going to be hitting front delts. So we're going to be maximizing the side delt when we're doing our lateral raises. And with this one, we want to prioritize those front delts, right? Prioritizing the front delts is the idea. So making sure going all the way up, but only coming about halfway down so we cannot get any shoulder development from the side delts, right? Also making sure that we're pushing close to failure. Look at this. Very stable, very able to generate high amounts of force production. There we go. All right, 2 sets, 6 to 8. Moving on. Now we got some seated lateral raises with a cuff. This is my recent new favorite version of the lateral raise because it allows me to not only get more side delt activation, but it is more stable than something like doing a dumbbell seated lateral raise, simply because I'm resting on the pad. I don't have to worry about stabilizing. And if you notice, my arms are going all the way up over my head. Well, I can already hear you saying, Josh, aren't you doing more side or front delts with that? Because I'm externally rotating my shoulder as I come up, I am still in line with the fibers of the side delt. 2 sets, 6 to 8 reps. All right, over here we got some preacher curls. We're doing these unilaterally, which means one arm at a time. Now, obviously, you want to do preacher curls with a fixed elbow. See how my shoulder is moving all over the place and my elbow's coming off the pad? Do not do this. This is ego lifting and should not be copied. Do not copy this technique. I repeat, do not copy this technique. All right, 2 sets, 6 to 8. And lastly, we have some tricep push downs. We're using the cuffs again. This is going to allow me to not let my wrist be the limiting factor, and instead I'm able to load the triceps directly, and because I'm pushing my hands together, I am more stable and I'm able to generate more force. As you'll see in some like newer videos, I got the V-bar to hold instead of just holding my hands together like this, which makes it a little bit more stable and gets a little bit extra range of motion during that contraction. So 2 sets, 6 to 8 reps, and that's going to be it for this full upper day.
That'll be all for this. Thank you for watching.